All right. So I got some help. I started off with that one. Okay, and that one over there, it has a paper jam error. I can't get rid of it. I think there's either something wrong with the paper sensor or something wrong with the motherboard, and I'm not in the mood to figure it out. I'm just gonna use it for parts. That's what I use it for, spare parts. It's supposed to be brand new. And the problem is, just like I said before, when you buy your printers, use them as they were meant to, so that way you don't end up with paperweights and you waste your money. Okay? All my printers, I run them as a regular printer. Huh? This thing? Yeah, don't worry about it. So I have I run them as a regular printer, like they were meant to, before I convert them. That way, if anything, I can take it back and get my money. That's how it was done. All right, it don't take much to convert them. So this one was my sticker printer. I've been running it as my sticker printer. It's been running exactly stock. Only thing I've done to it was add these lines to it. So, and this printer works perfectly fine. So now I'm gonna convert this over, and I have to purchase another printer. And then I'm gonna run it as my sticker printer. This is what I've been doing. I use it as my sticker printer till my printer breaks, but that one was a backup. The backup failed. So now I gotta get a different printer. So there's no guarantees. I bought that one, took it out of the box, converted, put it up to thing, and then now it just don't work at all. So there's that. So now I'm gonna convert this one, and I'm show you how to do it. And I got some help, so hopefully the help can get the parts that I want to record, and you can actually see me take out all the screws I need to take out. So when I do the conversion this time, you'll see it fully. All right, so I had to change the mics. No, I can't move that. Sure. Absolutely have to sit down.
Huh?
You absolutely have to sit down. Lazy.
I'm lazy.
Lazy. It's laziness. Laziness.
It just looks better on green.
Whatever you say. Just laziness. All right, so I have to convert this one. I'm gonna show you exactly what I need to do. So first we take the back off. This is why you have to stand up, because you have to catch this thing. So remember, you pry it like this, pull one side up, and then just kind of just wiggle it, the other side come off. There it is. All right, that's how I get this off. Then we got to get the screws. One screw here. Then two screws. One down in here and one on this side. And the other one's right there. You seeing it? Right there. Now that's done. Now we need to get some screws on the inside. This one right here. Take this out. This one right here. Take this out. Then you got to get a couple of screws up here. Nice short screwdriver comes in handy. Remember, keep your screws in a good spot. I've been doing this for a while now, so. Good. good. There we go. I've been doing this for a while now, so I know exactly where all the screws are. 2 right here. Don't rush like me because you're going to lose stuff, especially the screws inside the printer. Make sure you screw. Always try to get a magnetic screwdriver. Look what it does. See that? Now I can take the front off, pull it forward just a little bit, take the side off first. Now to take the side off, put your finger back in here, pull back like that. So you put your finger, pull back like this, then you push forward like that. Sometimes it don't want to come off, no big deal. You just gotta coast it a little bit. So you just grab and push forward. Always want to push forward. Sometimes it likes to lock, especially when it's new, it likes to lock right in this little point here. Just keep pushing. Just keep pulling and pushing. It will come right off. It's a little point right in here, don't want to come off. Always a problem, every time. When it's new, it does this. I don't know why this damn point, it's always, there it is. Always locks on right in here. For some reason, I don't know why. But see, there's nothing here that's holding, just this clip, and then the back piece, which is, I think, this clip right in here. And it kind of holds on, so you just kind of pop this clip and then you push forward and you see it just comes off. It's sometimes a pain in the ass, but it comes off. Sometimes not, sometimes it is. Come on this side, same thing. But unfortunate, so this next side of you, halfway, and then prop it up like that. Comes right out. Then you get a screwdriver, which is one of the small ones, a small tip screwdriver. Get this screw out. Okay, then you just pop this finger right here, pop it in the back. See, this one just comes right off. Now we're going to take the top off. Finger right into the hole right here. Pull it forward. Pull the screw right here. And this whole thing just comes right off like that. Take this off. In the front, literally just. Now you have to be careful. Okay, you need to take these pieces, disconnect these plugs. All right, so you disconnect this plug right here. Disconnect this plug right here. This blue one. And this one. Comes right off. Whole front piece comes off. Now, because I have the lines in here, it won't just fall right off. If this line was in here, this whole piece will just come right off and I'd put it over there. All right, but because I have this, I have to pull it all the way back. And then there's my line. I have access to the front of the printer and all its parts. All right, that's good. Now, to take this piece off, it's simple. You're going to take this piece. You're going to look right in here. You're going to take your nail So that little piece right there, you're gonna stick your nail right in here. Stick your nail in there, and then just pull on this red black wire right in here. Take your time and jiggle it out. See? Separated. Perfect. Now you can just lay this wire just like this. You can fold it, you can roll it. Doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you just tuck it right in here, because it's not. You're not gonna take this wire out. This wire just stays right there, just like that. Doesn't matter. Okay. This piece now we just take 2 screws off. Now, usually I take this whole piece off. I realize you don't have to. You just gotta unscrew this one. Move that out of the way. Unscrew this one. Then we come back on this side. Unscrew this one. Now you see why I told you can't sit down? Yeah. You're gonna be moving a lot. This is the only screw it's different from all of them, so you kind of want to save this one separately. The rest of them you kind of just mix them up. It's the only one you want to separate separately. Now, you come up here. And this screw right down in here. You need to come on this side. So this screw right down in here, you want to get it out. That screw right here. And then this whole piece should come out. After we disconnect the lines, of course. After you take these lines out of there, this whole piece should come out. Oh, never mind. I taped the crap out of it. Did I tape it? No, I didn't tape it. Give me a second. I got lines running through it. I got lines. I have this line right here. Forgot this one. This one right here. Unscrew this one. What I like to do is take this out and then put this screw back in. Because you won't use this again. This piece, I use this piece, so I tend to disconnect this piece. And just disconnect it, take it out. I told you, I literally run it as it's meant to from factory. This way, if anything goes wrong, I won't lose my money. Okay, I can take it back, send it back and say, hey, look, this printer's not working properly. If there's a problem with it, if there's no problem, then I don't have to worry about it. This printer right here working perfectly fine, so I know it's good. So let's take it out, come on. This was what was holding this piece in place, so I'm taking it out. Now that's out. This whole piece should come right out of its place. Oh, it's taped on. Why is it? Oh, there it is. Never mind. Not taped on. See, now it's out of place. All right, in one solid piece. Now, I have to remove these. These bottles are under here. Okay. Now here comes the fun part, because now I have to disconnect this right here. Again, I was running that sticker printer, so you know there's ink. This is all pigment ink. Okay, all pigment ink. So now I have to cap this stuff off because I don't want to get it everywhere. And believe me, it's going to get everywhere because this pigment stuff is something else. All right. All right, so I have to put all this stuff in. Should be fine. I like to have my little plugs. A little bag, napkin, and paper towels. What I'm going to do is real simple. This is already plugged up. I plugged this up already. See, it's all sealed. So all I'm going to do is unplug these. As you can see, I'm gonna make a mess. This is the only downside to switching over a printer while it's brand new. You create a flipping mess. The one downside. I really mean you create an absolute mess. Okay, so I gotta clean everything. All right, so let's do this. I have to do the other ones, and I'm telling you, it's gonna be a mess. One thing I don't like to do, but if you want to save yourself a couple $100, this is the absolute best way to do it. And there it is. Disconnected. And plugged. And the best way to get the inks back into this thing is just hold the lines up. See, the inks are all running back into the bottle. I could have created less of a mess if I did it a different way. If I had this on the floor, but you see, it's not long enough. The line's just not long enough to have it on the floor. This would have been great. But if your table's low enough, or you have something you can put this on, best way to do this is put this lower than this, and then we'll pump the ink right back into it. So you wouldn't have to worry about creating such a mess like I did. Put it in the bag. Within the next 2 or 3 days, hopefully, I'm going to be replacing my printer, so I'm not going to worry too much about this. This can just stay just like this. And then we get some tape and tape it up so it stand up like this. Yeah. Now that I got the ink stuff out of my way and I now have full direct contact again with this whole thing because, you know, we don't need that stuff. We're going to keep moving along, chugging along. Next step is get on this side again. Then we're going to remove this little spring. Remember, this spring likes to jump, so make sure you hold on tight to it because it will jump away from you. See? Lose my grip on it already. See? It loves to jump. Then we're going to remove that screw. Then we're going to take this whole bar, push it through this side. That's why it's nice to have some space on this side of the printer so you can just push this bar through the side. Okay, then you're going to take these out. So we're going to pick this up, grab it with your nail, or you can just pick it up, grab it with the pliers, whichever way works. Remember, watch those wheels. Don't touch, try not to touch those wheels. Pick it up, grab it with the pliers. I noticed the nail works a lot easier than the pliers, but if you don't have nails, just bring it over, poke the bar up, all right? On this side, under here, here's a spring. This spring right here. See it? That spring right there? We're going to get that spring out, all right? Take your finger. Take your finger. See this little, on this edge right here? You're going to push up on it from this side. So you're going to push up on the spring just like that. And then take it out. See that? Come out. Throw that spring away. We don't need it. Then we're going to come back on this side. See this spring right here? See the spring I'm talking about? This one down in here? Mm-hmm. You're going to take it out. You're going to grab it, pop it out. If it falls in the bottom, no big deal. We'll want it out anyways. We're going to take this one out. We're going to throw it away too. Now we're going to take this out. First, we're going to start from this side. We're going to pick this up. We're going to pick it up. If you look underneath here, if you look underneath there, that's the it sits right there. Sits right there. So you're going to try to get it out of that little groove right here, okay? So that's what you're trying to do. Trying to get it out of the groove right in there. See it? Trying to get it out of the groove, all right? So that's why you're going to pick it up. Pick this up. Pick this up from inside here. You just pick it up like so. And pull. Once you pick this up high enough, this should come up high enough and just comes right out. All right? That's how you get this out. That's how simple it is to get it out. Now, oops, I keep forgetting that. So now we're going to move this back over here. Don't do like me. Pick this up and move it over. Because we want this in the middle. We want light over top of it. We're going to go inside here. Pull this up. We're going to take this out first. These two lines, that one, this one, pull it back, pick this up, take these out. Then we're going to disconnect these. And that's where these come in. Just so I don't create a mess. Even though you can't help but to create a mess sometimes, because some of these lines just like to spew ink everywhere. All right, there we go. Take this one off now. See, the blue line's just leaking everywhere. Plug this last one so we don't have to worry about it either. Clean this up. All right, now we got to get a little tool thing. It's this thing. These things just like to drip everywhere. Now we're going to suck all the ink out of this. All right, so that part's done. Now we're going to take these out. Always try to grab it from up here. Less chance of breaking that little nub off if you grab it up in there and pull it. I mean, you can grab it from back here too and do the same thing. We just kind of pinch it like this and then pull it up. Either way works. I mean, whichever method works best for you. Now I just got to get some paper towel and clean out what's in there. I'm going to use a paper towel to clean up the excess because there's not much left in here. See? So just get it down in there. I mean, either way works. I mean, it takes a little bit to get it clean, so just keep pushing it in there. I should be having gloves, but this is just regular ink. I mean, technically, I'm still supposed to wear a glove either way. My hand's gonna look pretty for a couple of days. You get the excess up. That's what the first one's for, just to pull up all the excess. All right, now the excess is up. Now I'm going to try again with a different one to clean it up better, you know? Now this should get what the rest of the other one didn't get. You want it as dry as possible because we want to take the print head out of here. At least I'm going to take the print head out of here. You don't have you don't have to go this far. I just like to do this because I want my paper sensor. I want to modify my paper sensor also. So I'm going to go this deep. You don't have to. You can just start putting your printer back together from this point. But I'm going to go a little bit further. Wrap it up in this thing. And it really gets down in there, see? It really gets down in there.
Perfect shot.
Don't worry about the different color inks and whatever, because as soon as you run inks through here, it's all going to get wiped out anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Plus, if you keep cleaning it, it will come out nice and clean. The colors will go away. It'll be just black. And just keep making this a little pointy. Keep shoving it in there. Now, something I'm noticing is that a lot of inks that they're making, these low sediment inks, for the 8550, they don't work as great because, you see this mesh? This is why they don't work great. This mesh filters out larger particles than the printhead. So if there's something nasty in your ink, it will actually filter it out. Those low sediment inks, it don't work great because it creates this mesh, starts to filter out the bigger particles. So what happens is it creates a sludge right on top of these meshes. Let me show you. So the ink, the pigment ink start coming down and start creating a sludge right on top of here. So because it won't filter through this little screen. All right, so it creates a problem, and then this is why some of those inks don't work right. And then that sludge just causes nothing but problems. I'm trying out the at the time of this video, I'm trying out the Magic Mix, the DTG Pro Magic Mix, and it's creating a sludge right on top of this mesh, which is then creating the inks not to flow properly. So I think if you want to use stuff like that, you got to get one of those nipple conversions ones, which don't have a filter. You know what I'm saying? So you're kind of at the mercy of the ink. Hopefully the manufacturer make the ink properly so you can get the ink through without creating a problem. But I don't want to deal with that, so I got rid. I don't have a. I keep my filter in. I can clean the sludge off the top, but I can't clean the printhead if it's damaged. That's my little 2 cents. And I got to take these 4 screws out.
Your hands are just in the way.
They're going to keep being in the way. You have to be skilled at getting my hands not so much in the way. Your skills matter, not just mine. And there it is. Now it's out. So what I'm going to do is, see these ribbons? I'm going to take them, kind of pry them off the sides. Pry them off the sides so the printhead is completely out of here as best as possible. Try to clean it up some more. You know, disconnect here. Put it back there. Disconnect this one. So both ribbons are disconnected, so I have the printhead out. I'm gonna wipe this down some. Try not to get here and here wet with ink. And I have a mess underneath the bottom that I totally forgot to put anything underneath here, so I'm just gonna dry it up real quick. All right, that's done. Now I want to modify my there we go. That's good there. Now I'm going to modify my paper sensor. Not really modify it. I'm going to take it out. and put a different one in that I already modified. You know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try something different. What I'm doing is I'm creating a little barrier. Okay, so this little barrier right here is it's hopefully, if it works the way I think if it works the way I want it to, okay, what it's going to do is, well, quite simply, current won't pass through this. So I'm not worried about current passing through this. So what I want it to do is create a little compartment, separate the dust from the inks. The dust from the inks, when it prints, it tends to create dust right up in here, right? And it comes up through here, and it gets up in this section right here. Well, what I put the tape on here to do is hopefully it will separate the two compartments, right? And then the dust won't come around and get in here. And I'm gonna put another piece underneath the bottom. Hands are dirty. God, my hands are dirty. All right, perfect. So I'm gonna get a clean piece. I'm gonna push it right up under here. See that right here? That's as far I'm gonna put the tape. I want the tape as far over. You come on this side. You see the edge of this right here? See where the printer it curves and it comes right here flat right there? That's where this tape is gonna go right up against that little flat edge. Then I'm gonna come on the inside. And then you see the tape right there? See the tape right there? Perfect. So we're gonna take the tape, we're gonna bring it right up until it comes right to the very edge of this. See that? We're gonna hold it up there. And then we're gonna fold it on this side here. On the back side. See that? So I'm gonna just do it on the back side right there. See the tape right there? All right, that's where that's gonna sit. Good. Now where's that's going to sit, right? The tape's going to sit just like that. Then you're going to get this flat knife. This thing, if you don't have one, don't worry about it. And you're going to just push it right across the bottom like this. Just to make sure it's nice and flat. All right. Now, if you take this, if you look under, if you ever had the chance to, what I like to do is I'd like to do it without the thing out, but I don't want to take it out because since I know exactly where it's going to be. So you just take this and you just kind of just flip it up on the end like that. All right, you can put a little slit on this one just to make sure you kind of want to just sit and cover this up as best as possible. So you just want to cover this up, right? You don't want nothing getting in here. You don't want that nice and covered up. All right, we're trying to keep the dust from the white ink, because you know the particle from the white ink, we want to keep it out of that print head, that paper sensor. That's the goal. Will it work? I don't know. But the aim here is to try. I want to leave the paper sensor factory. I don't want to mess with it. Leave it alone. See what happens. All right, now we're going to put the print head back in. Remember, make sure your hand's not wet. Make sure your hand is not wet. Make sure it's totally dry. Try to keep your hands off those little metal sensors, right? Don't put your fingers on that. Try to keep them as dry as possible. Then you're going to put this one first. This one on this side. Make sure you put that one on first, all right? Put that one on first. Remember, try to keep your hands off those little metal tabs. Try to keep your hands off that. Let me try to clean this up a little bit better.
What if you do put your hands on it?
Nothing. It'll either break the print head or tell you need to yeah, so if you put your fingers on it, it's going to give you an error code saying your printer don't work no more, or blah, 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 fuse blown. You know, so you don't want to put your hands on it. If you can avoid not putting your hands on it, don't put your hands on it. You know, I'm going to do this from the outside. That'd be better to put them in on the from the outside. No. I'm going to put them on the inside because the best place to do it while they're sitting down because they're fairly new. I'm putting 2 of them on there. All right, so I'll clean it up some. Good, there's no liquid. Let me clean this part up. All right, good, no liquid. Make sure they're not, no liquid, no damage. Looks nice and clean, perfect. So we're gonna put this in, again, this side first. Push, you fold it down a little bit, and then you push again. You want it in there, push, see, just push it in. Then this one, take this one. Easiest way I saw to put it in. Take this one and you push it in. Push. Everybody's in, see that, nice and in. Now you take it, you flip it down. Watch banging it, because as soon as the slightest touch on that print head will just damage it. Push them back. Slowly put it in. Now it's back in place. Now I can put the cables back where they're supposed to go. There we go, cables are back in place. Now it's in, everybody's in. There we go, now we're in. Now we're gonna grab our 4 screws, screw it back in place. Remember, do not over tighten these, just snug, stop. There's no number. Just turn it till it stops. Once it stops, that's it. You don't have to keep fighting it. You're not fighting it in there. Turn. Stop. Soon as it's stuck, as soon as it stops moving, just stop moving. You don't have to bust these things out just to get them in there. Just snug it, and it's done. That's done. That part's finished. All right, my cameraman left. So here we go. I'm going to take these out now. This is why I come all the way down here to replace these. All right, we're going to replace these. We don't want these in here because we're going to put better ones in. All right, these manufacturer ones blow chunks. All right, so we're going to replace them with better ones. There we go. Now that's out. Now let's get back down in there to clean up some more stuff. You want to see how I'm doing this? I got one hand in the printer and one on the camera. Yeah, that's crazy. All right, so that's that. Let me look again one more time. This thing don't have to be perfectly clean, okay? Just so y'all know. You just need to get all the junk out of here. You don't want the junk in here. You don't want the mess in here. When I'm done, I'm gonna run a power clean on this thing to flush it out so it's nice and clean. Get that nice and clean. That's plenty. Now let's add the new parts. New parts are right here. Now, these are from BCH. Okay, there's two pieces. Again, this one's not thick enough, and that one's too thin. All right, so I bought both of them because we're gonna double them up. We're gonna stack one on top of the other. We're gonna put the small one down the bottom and the big one right on top. Okay, that's how we're gonna put them in. Small on the bottom, big one on top. All right, that's what we're gonna do. Let me get this out of the bag. Again, I'm on my own again, so. So bear with me. So there is no way that there's no right or wrong way to put this in. Just drop them in there. Now let me show you this one. All right, see how I just put them in there? Again, there's no right or wrong way. Just get them in there. All right. Now we'll get the other set. And it's the same thing with the with the other set. Just drop them right on top. You don't need a pick tool like this. You can use a regular screwdriver. That's it. That's the new modifications. Went from that to that. Okay. Now this will create a way better seal inside the print head than anything else. Okay. So that's the beauty about this thing. And I'm gonna run a test on this real quick because I don't want to put it back together and it don't work. So I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna put the print heads in here first. I'm gonna sorry. I'm not gonna put the Give my brain a second here. Not going to put the dampers in. I'm going to put it back together without leaving the dampers out. It's the last thing I'll put in is the dampers because I want to do a check on the paper sensor, make sure the paper sensor is reading properly. All right. So here I go, putting the printer back together. After this, we're just putting the printer back together. Now we're going to put it back together. Now, okay, so if you had converted your printer before you did my conversion method, my first conversion method, this is where you'd be sanding this stuff down and redoing it, but because it's coming from a backup printer, which is right over there, that backup printer over there, right? Because it's coming from that one, this was already finished. So all I had to do was transfer that from there and put it in here. So and this is already done, so I just don't have to do this again. Just keep reusing the same bar. Do it one time, you never have to do it again. All right? And there's some differences. So I don't use 8x11s or 11x16s. So this one, I'm removing this one out of here. That one and that one, they're gone. I'm only using these two now. From now on, I only need this one and this one. These two, I don't need them anymore because I don't use 8x11s or 11x16s. I only use 12x13s, DTF rolls, so I don't need these two anymore. So these can go. All right, so now only have two of them in here now. See, 1, 2, that's it. Now this can come all the way back over. Move this up a little bit and then move this out of the way. Comes all the way through. Here's the beauty about this, okay? Here's the beauty about this. Now I don't put these springs back in. These springs, I don't use these springs anymore. These springs are no longer in here. Those springs are gone. So all I gotta do is just pull this up. drop that in, and I'm done. That's it. Let me move this out of the way because I want that all the way down. There it is. That's in. The only spring you need is that little tiny one. Okay, that's the only spring you need now. All the other spring, the one that goes in here and the one that goes under here, you don't need them anymore. This will actually hold the sheet down all by its lonesome. You don't need no help from no spring. All right. That's it. Done. All right, now we're going to move on. And this was from a subscriber. She actually converted her. They converted her printer just like this, and we experimented, and she removed that one, and ever since I've been removing it and never put the spring back in. So, again, I don't know everything. I get information from everybody. The group actually helps so much because people do stuff in the group. I try it, it works, and I've been doing it that way ever since. So you might want to join the group. There's even better ideas in there too. I learn stuff from you. You learn stuff from me. All right, then we're going to put that little jumpy spring back. This one, remember, hold on tight to this one. It likes to jump away. See, I almost lost it already. Damn screw likes to jump. There we go. That's in. Now we're going to put this screw back in. Right here, the screw right here. The screw right there. This flat one with the washer on top of it. Goes right in there. Remember I told y'all I don't really have help to do this stuff. See, I got some help and help gone already. Again, snug, stop. You're not trying to break it. Okay? Take this, run it all the way across. We don't need it there anymore. Because we're going to run the test, we're going to fill this in. Because I want to run the test, I'm going to put these in. Just to run the test. Make sure I'm not getting errors or anything like that. Because the last thing you want to do is take this thing apart when you have an error. Okay. And all I'm going to do is put the front piece on. Take this front panel, put it on, plug it in, turn it on, and that's all I'm going to test this. That's exactly how I'm going to test this. All right. Hold on. You got to plug these plugs in, okay? These three, you got to plug them in on this side. Right here, we're going to plug them in. Yep, that's in. That's in. That's plugged in. Those are plugged in. Then I grab my top piece. right here. Plug this wire in. Just plug this in. Now that's plugged in. Everything's plugged in. Everything that I need to be plugged in is plugged in. Okay. Applied power. All we're trying to do is get a print nozzle check without any errors. So all I'm looking for is for this thing to do a nozzle check without throwing any errors. It's doing a startup. Maintenance box. We'll pop that in. I don't want to wait. All right, see, maintenance box is in. Says maintenance box is in. Everything's done. It's going to do this little checkup. That's all it's doing. These are fine. It's not going to cause any problems. And we're going to do just a nozzle check. So push out this paper tray. We just wanted to suck the paper in. That's all we wanted to do. Try to print something. Doesn't have to print anything. Perfect. That's what we wanted to do. All right. No error, no paper check errors, no nozzle, nothing. Everything's running fine. We're good. So we're going to just shut it back down. I'm going to wait a little bit because we want it to come over a little bit. We don't want it to lock over there. Perfect. All right. And that's what I wanted. No errors, no nothing. I'm good. Printer's ready to go. I'm done. Come on, cameraman. All right. All right, now all I got is put everything back together. We're going to do everything in reverse. Okay, printer's done. That's why I'm saying when you buy printers, use them as they were meant to. This way you don't have to worry about, running into problems. That's why I love doing it. I've seen too much people buy printers and go, man, they don't work. I have no more problems, blah, blah, blah. It died within a week. Yeah, if you ran it like it was meant to, as a regular printer, then you wouldn't have to worry about it. Now what I'm going to do, I ain't got no money to buy a new one. Well, you should have ran it so you can take the thing back and get your money back. And you wouldn't have to worry about warranty and warranty claims. Now I can actually put my dampers back in because why? I did the check, everything came back perfectly fine. Okay, this is the fun part. Because we got to put it back. And these dampers are still a little wet because they have some stuff in them. We don't care. Don't matter. We're going to put them in there anyways. So here we go. We're going to take it. We're going to put it now. See this little tab right here? Okay. See this little tab right here? Okay, you have to use that when you need to. This little tab right here, you're going to get that tab to go in that little back wall, okay? If this tab is not into that back wall right there, okay, that little slot in the back wall, which is right there. See that slot? You need the slot. You need that tab to go into that slot. If it's not in there, it'll never work. All right? So you're going to take it. You're going to apply pressure right here. Remember, these things are a lot thicker. Okay, these are a lot thicker than what's originally in there. So you're going to have to apply some pressure to get them in there. All right, you drop the front part in first. You gotta drop the front part in. Then you're going to push on the back. You're going to push on it, push on it, push on it. Catch it from the side, please. Catch it from the side. You're going to push on it till that tab goes in place. And believe me, it's not going to be the easiest thing to do. It's going to fight hell and high water to get it in. You really have to push on it. Because you have to go pretty far down. There it is. I got it. There it is. See how much pressure I have to apply to it? Yeah, it's way down there. Look at that. That thing's not moving for shit. You have to watch the screws here. Man, I can't find my screws now. What the hell did I do with them? Oh, there they are. Found them. Print head screws. Found them. Nope, that's not it. These are them. So you're going to take it, put it in. As soon as you get it in, you're going to screw it in. Okay? Screw that bad boy right down there. Done. Look at that. It's not budging. You can't get that to move. Okay? That's how sealed that is. And you're going to keep doing that repeatedly. And trust me, it's not easy. When I say I'm putting pressure on this thing, I'm actually putting a shit ton of pressure on it. Just to get it low enough. There he goes. And you'll know when it's in. You cannot miss. When it's in, you know it's in.
That's all stuck in my head.
Oops. This is how you put these together. Same thing. You just take it, put the front end like that. Then you take the back. It's a kind of a pain in the ass, but there it is. You got to bring it past that little white notch. Okay. Sometimes it's better to put the front in first, and then you get the back in. So you see, you put the front in, and then the back just slides in. All right. Put it down. Apply some pressure to it. You can put pressure here and pressure here. See if that will help you. Again, the choice is yours. The back is the hardest part to get in here. You really have to put some pressure on the back. You see, you see my hand shaking because I'm putting so much pressure on it? There it is. Yeah, you don't want to get in there, man. You got to put some pressure on it to get it in. Look, see? They don't want to move. And no, it doesn't matter what order you put them back in as long as they go back in there. There we go. Okay, so the trick is, I just found a little trick. Let me show it to you. Screw this one down. Screw that down. All right, good. Let me show you a little. I just figured out a little trick. So when you're putting it in, okay, you're putting it in. You're gonna take it in. Let me get this. I don't want to get water in here because there's still water in these damn things.
Spilled that all over yourself.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm not worried about it. So if you apply pressure, if you put it in, you apply pressure to the front, make the back tip up a little bit, and then put a little bit of pressure on the front. It should slide in, kind of, sort of. You still got to put some pressure on it. And you more pressure on the back than the front. And there it goes. See that? It slides right in. And then you use a screw to pull down the front. There it is. See? Right in there. You can't, again, you can't, you see, look at that. You can't miss it. It's in there. When it's in there, it's in there. Get this one in. Same motto. Drop it in. Push on it. You want to make sure this piece is in that slot right here. See that little slot? You got to get it in the slot, okay? Once it's in the slot, then you can push on it and then push forward, and hopefully it goes into place. See that? That's how you know it's not in there. You shouldn't do that. There it is. Nope, didn't go in there yet. See that? Didn't go in. Like I said, when it's in there, you can tell it's in there. And usually the last one's the hardest. Nope, still not in there. God, this thing is hard to get in. This is bent. So this thing is bent. So I'm going to straighten it up, try it again. There it is, see? See that? See how it's out? See? Once it's in there, you can tell it's in there because it's not moving. And then you use a front to screw it down. And look, when they're in, they're all lined up straight across. That's how you know they're in there, because they look at that. Not moving, and they're lined up straight across, all the way across. Let's clean this up some a little bit, because we like to, I always like it clean. That's all. My fingers are mad dirty, boy. Alrighty, that's done. All my print head stuff is done. Everybody's in. Just snug, make sure they're nice and snug. Again, you're not trying to break it. Just turn it. It's not moving. It's not moving. Done. Job done. Okay, it's done. Let's put the top back on.
That's the best angle right here.
You need to get that. Me putting this in.
No, yeah, you can see it. I'm also not trying to get in your way, man.
This little piece is a pain in my ass to get it in. Pull it back some, get it back in there, and it goes tucks right underneath there like so. See that? Tucks in, and you tuck these two pieces in. And then sometime this one, just to put that one in, it will get this piece out. So just watch out for that. And then now that's in place. See that? That's nice and in there. Good. That's done. This is in. Now we need to put one more screw in. So this piece. This is all you need out of this. See this big piece right here? Out of this entire piece, that piece right here, that little piece is the only thing you need out of all of that. This goes away. This is the only piece you're going to need. Just that little piece right there. See that? All right? Because it goes right here. And you need it to hold down the screw. You have to watch these screws. So it goes right there. Again, you see how I move? See how I move the lines out of the way because you don't want to get the lines on there. Same thing. As soon as it's snug, you stop. Again, you're not trying to remake this whole thing, okay? Done. In place. That's it. It's done. You take the lines. Put them under here. It helps keep the lines down, okay? That's what I use it for. This little piece on the back, I use it just to hold the lines down. So the print head slides, it goes right clean over it like that. That's what I use it for. You can use whatever you want to do. Now that that's done, we're going to start putting everything else on. Again, see this piece? See, it's all gone. I don't no longer use it. See, it's gone. This is what mine look like. You take this piece, move this out of the way, move this out of the way. You're gonna stick that piece down in here. This piece, the little groove right there, goes right in there. The little groove right there. Okay, the little groove. And then this sits right up on top. And this is all done. So let me get the knot. Now this is that long screw. If I can find it. I think I mixed it in with all the other ones. Just use whatever screw. I just grab a screw and put it in there. It really is the same size screw. Doesn't matter. Just screw it in here. All right, that screws in there. Then you get 2 black screws. You're gonna have to move your hand because I'm constantly gonna be going over there.
I'm just trying to get the best recording for you.
I don't care. I just need you to move your hand out because I need to get over there constantly. 1 screw here, 1 screw here. So 1 screw there, 1 screw there. See, I didn't take out any other screws from here because I didn't need to anymore. This stays on piece. You take the whole piece out. You don't need to take the pieces off. Just these 2 screws and you're done. This is all back in spot. Everything's good. My line's on the side. That's perfectly fine. Everybody's good. Everybody's happy. All right. Now I seen somebody broke this piece off. Okay. I've seen somebody broke this little switch. All this is just a little switch. If you look on the top right here, it's just a little switch. Okay, what happened is when you have this flapper, this little flapper, when it twists, see it releases the switch. So this sits on the switch stays closed all the time, right? When the flapper turns, if you look on the back side here, all right, the flapper actually disengages this little tiny switch. You'll see it in person, okay? It's a little tiny switch. That's what it's for. So if you break this off, don't worry too much. You can put it back on or you can just tape it. Just tape it closed and it works the same way. And I put that on. Needs to come over some more. Yep, needs to come over some more. Let me pop it off. It needs to come over some more. There it is. Now it's in place. See? Boom. And that's all it does. It's just that this little flat piece, when it turns, it disengages on that switch. Tell the printed head that this thing's open. That's all it does, okay? So don't worry too much about this little switch right here. And you wrap it around like so. So you're gonna wrap it like so. All right. And you stuck it in the little corner right there. But first you need this one. And then you take this one. It comes through here. Under here. It really is a shitty ass way to put this thing in, and you really don't have to get it in here because it never stays in there. I've never seen a reason for it to stay in here. It's just a crappy way to get this stupid thing in here. It's just crappy. Really crappy design. All right, that goes in there. That comes right here, then comes back out to here, and then it goes. Supposed to go in here somewhere, and then come back up here, and then wrap around, and then connects to this. But we're gonna connect it because we want to connect it. That little tab goes on that little tab on top. See, there's nothing on the back, right on the front. Just slap it on. Then you just tuck this whole thing in this little cubby hole, and that's where it sits. Make sure to bring this piece in front of this screw because that's what it needs to come in front of this screw. All right, just like so. See it? Just like so. All right, got it. Now I'm going to put the top on. Some people put the front on. I put the top on. Again, there's really no right or wrong way to do this. The lumps in the wire goes over these lumps on here. One lump here. You're really crappy at. You need to come and you need to get from the front. One lump there. One lump there. And that's how that goes on, and you can tape this right back on the side there. And then it can go in there. See, you can push it back. Yeah, well, then I was wrong. So it goes behind that little peg. Okay, it goes back behind there. If you back up some, the camera will focus more on that. I told you don't get so close. There it is. That goes right on. That goes in. told you don't get close, but you can keep doing it. Then you're going to put these screws in the top. 2 turns, so you don't need a lot, because what you're going to do is you're going to hold these things in place until you put the front on. This one's a black screw. Right here. Whoops. Screw just 2 or 3 times. You don't have to do too much because we want this moving, okay, when we put the front on. Same thing here. 2 or 3 turns. You want it to move. Then we're going to slide the whole thing back to the front off the edge because you want to have a little edge here. Then you're going to grab the front. You're going to put it off from the bottom. Move these wires out of the way, okay, so you don't pinch them on this. Just kind of move them out of the way. From the bottom up. See that? All right, then you're gonna pop that piece on right here. Flip that up, pop that in there. See, I just bring it from the bottom on, pop it in, done. We'll put a screw right in the side right here. And the front is technically on. Take this. That's it. Now you can tighten these up. So we're going to put this back in here. No, we can't put this in. We have to put the side on first. Let's not do that. So this is done. The top's done with, see, nice and screwed in, nice and tight. We can actually put this back in here so we don't forget it. This, we can put the top back on there. You can screw these in. 2 screws, one here and one here. All right, again, snug it, stop. We're not trying to break the shit off in there. Oh yeah, that's for the I'm just thinking. I think I have that. All right, we need to remember to not miss that one because I almost missed it. All right, that's done. Now I need another screw for here. It's a silver one. I mean, I don't know where all my screws are. It's a mess. I've been knocking them around. I don't have room, so I'm fighting with the space I don't have. Okay, so when you have space, you can space the stuff out. I don't have room, so I have to make do with what I got. And it's just a regular silver screw. You can take one from anywhere and put it in here. It will work just fine. See, that's it. It's done. Now let's pop these back on. Again, there's really not much to see here, just me putting these things back on. And that's it. Really not much to see, so you're not missing anything. See, I'm just cleaning them up and just applying that on. That's it. Done. That's it. Now we're just going to get the top back on. This piece. If you line up these little pegs, if you line them up, it just kind of just clips right down. You get the two small black screws, tiny black ones, two tiny black ones. Your little tiny screwdriver. Now my top's back on. Now my printer looks like a printer. Let me get these wires out of the way.
And Loki is focused.
Okay, so now that that's done, we can put the sides on now. Actually, no, we can't put the sides on yet. We got to do one more modification. This motor right here, we're going to put some heat sinks on it. And this is love. No, no, no. This is love. You know what song that's, you know what show that's from?
Nah.
Cinderella or Snow White.
Your unk status.
Hmm?
So your unk status.
Right there.
You know that, right? I know you've been there for a minute, man. Just want to let you know.
And then this one. This one's a little harder to get because it's kind of way up in, tucked way up in here. So you're gonna put that right up there. All right, then you're gonna take this. You're gonna take this.
Oh, just
A wire, a cord, something. You know, just fish it around it. This is my way. You don't have to do this. This is just my way. I want to make sure they don't come off. So just fish it around. Then I put it on. And then I lock it in place. Right there. And then these won't come out no matter what happens. If you move it, if you kick it, if you shift it, these will actually stay on there because the wire is holding them on. That's the reason why I put the wire on here. You don't have to. Okay, this is just something I do. This is to take the heat off this motor. So it goes into these heat sinks, and then the fan that I put right on the side will just blow the heat right off this motor because this motor likes to heat up. And then put another one right on the very, very back. Man, this lost all its little sticky. Oh well. And then I'll put this one on there. I'll put this one right back here. I mean, these are not, look, these are not necessary. These two back here, they're not very necessary. They're not really necessary. I just put them on because I want to. Okay, I just put them on. They're not necessary because these will do the same exact thing that these will do. Okay, not necessary. I just do it. These do all the heavy lifting. This is just because I just wanted to. Overkill, you know. Then we can put the side on. Side 1 and side 2. I'm almost finished. Oh, and the top piece. This piece can go in place now. 2 black screws. It's in. Now let's put this on. Oops. This thing's just getting ink everywhere. So let's disconnect this. So you're gonna disconnect this by pulling this back metal piece, then you just slide this off. All right. Ugh, fuck. Okay, that's good. Then we're gonna take this piece off. Take this piece off because I think my no, it's not big enough. Take this off. Then push it through. If you make your hole bigger, you probably don't have to take all that stuff off, but I don't. My hole just barely fits the line. Just pull it through, all the way through. All right. Then you put the back. Then you put the backbone. So you're gonna push pressure here. Put pressure here. And there it goes. That's on. Then you're gonna take your little tiny screw. Goes right here in the front. Small screwdriver. That's it. This one side's done. Let me do this side now. Oh, before we put that side on, we have to do this. All right, so you're gonna take this. Sorry, you're gonna connect these wires back. Don't forget to connect these wires because the printer won't even come on. One here. This one here. And they only fit in one spot. So if you watch my other videos, you'll see how I put them in. All of them, they only go in one way. You can't really put them in any other way. They only fit in a specific slot, so you can't even get them in the other slots. Okay, you can't fuck this up. Can't stress that enough. And then this one right here, you can pull this piece off. See, I pulled this piece off just to get to that last one. This is usually the first one I put in anyways because it's so far back there. Put this one in first. Then I put this one in. There it is. That's it. All right, now you can push this piece back on. Now it's back in. Now we can put the side on. Same thing. Apply a little bit of pressure here, push it on, and then just see how easy it goes on? But pain in the ass to come off. Ain't that always a fist? So you put your screws back in. Back down in here. One right here. One right here. down the bottom. Over on this side. One in the top. And then one in the bottom. Can't see this one, so that's why it's going to take me a minute to get it in. I'll try the little snubby. Nope, little snubby, same problem.
Just the last one?
Last screw, yes.
Last one's always the hardest one.
Pick it up. There it is. Done. In place. Then you take your little flipper lid thing in the back. This thing. Yeah. Spread it apart like this. And drop it back into place.
Yeah.
Printer's done. It's done. That's how you convert it. I didn't do all of it, but if you watch the other conversion videos, you'll see how to do the missing pieces. That's just how you convert it. That's how my new conversion method. And if you want to learn, watch the video. If not, oh, subscribe if you want to. If you don't, that's your choice. All right, peace.
Step up your A game, or you'll be ashamed.